Today, we're going to talk MLB plays, fantasy football waiver wire pickups, and let's cash another squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. We're beating Vandy, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Sure.
You guys want to buy this jersey? I just got it. Wore it one time down at Chapel Bill. Fucking dumb.
The only win seen in that jersey is by the Frogs. That's unbelievable.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 772 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you're not tracking your bets on Bookit Sports, what are you waiting for? A piano to fall out of the fucking sky and wake you up and tell you to start fucking tracking your bets on the best bet tracking app out there by far, on the App Store or Google Play? Why are you not tracking your bets on Bookit? I honestly want to know. I want to know. They do all the work for you. They sync up your books. They track all your bets. They show you your bet slips. You have a feed on there. You got, check the bet splits on those puppies. You got 100 different features on that app. Why are you not tracking on Bookit Sports? Why? Literally, why? Get involved. Use promo code Bookit and start tracking your bets on Bookit Sports. I tracked my Ravens live bet last night on Bookit Sports. Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm happy I did. Jackson Dart starting the rest of the regular season? Sure. That should help. Maybe they should get a new coach or a new team.
Huge for those square bettors. Not square, but the regular season game started square.
Sure. There was one for Jackson Dart?
Yeah.
Okay. I was too focused on Shedeur Sanders. I didn't even notice the Jackson Dart one up there. Okay.
Yeah. Which, side note, Dion seemed, I don't know if it was just what he was supposed to be saying or what, but he had an interview the other day where he sounded like he knew something was happening at some point.
Okay. Like he knows that Shedeur is going to play soon or something, or?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You don't think he's just yapping like a bozo?
He like cut himself off of saying exactly what he wanted to say. So I feel like if he was just yapping, he probably would have went through with it and said it.
Okay. I hope it's like, a helicopter parent who's in the coach's ear and saying, play my son more. And the coach pretty much tells him bullshit to get him the fuck off. I hope it's like that. And maybe he's bugging the Browns saying, why the fuck is my kid not playing? And they're saying, oh, he's going to play. Just shut up. Get out of my fucking ear. I hope that's the case.
Yeah.
I hope that's the case. But that's moose shit, Jovan. That's moose shit. Okay. It's not moose shit. Robo Slips coming in, dropping a resub. Let's go, Robo Slips.
Robo.
Let's go, Robo Slips. Let's go, Pip, smacking that over in that game last night. Let's go, Sade Whiteman. We do it all for Sade Whiteman. Coming in hot, dropping a 5-unit sub whale. Let's go, Sade.
Sade.
Let's go, Sade.
Nah. You got a Trent.
Let's go, Sade.
Nah, man.
What is it?
Just go ahead and take a look, Krabs. Don't say it out loud.
Yep. Huge. I just retweeted it. Come on now. Pip, you're goated for smacking that over. Hype train moving and grooving. Sade Whiteman. People forget I named my 2K character after you, Sade Whiteman. We're going to get up and moving here soon. Can't tonight. Got a big doubleheader tonight on the Diamonds. Excited to get back out there, but maybe tomorrow night. We play some 2K. I wouldn't be opposed.
Could be on that.
All right, let's go ahead and hop into the recaps. Again, Sade, you are goated. Thank you so much for these subbies. As always, Sade, you make my day. You're my goat. We do it all for Sade. Get a tripod, Krabs. We need them to see hacks. I feel like only like 20 people want to see the hacks, man. I feel like it's not worth the whole bet. I'll be honest.
People might want to see some hacks.
I don't know if they really care that much about seeing the hacks. I'll say it. I'll say it.
Maybe Goots' penance for what happened last night has to be going and capturing some hacks.
Here we go. Here we go. Huh. Huh. Are we going to talk about it, or are we just going to move, or?
Goots, you want the floor, brother? And
Goots' mic seems to not be working here today, folks. Crazy coincidence. How about a squad ride over in the Nats game? Hashtag Natitude. Hashtag, what's the Braves hashtag? I don't remember. Braves up.
Hashtag 75 runs on Gore. That can be their hashtag.
Hashtag Mackenzie Gore has completely lost it, and the baseball gods smited him after he was yapping on 106.7 The Fan all week talking about the shit org that he pitches for. Mackenzie Gore, don't do that. Mackenzie, if you're listening, I know some of your buddies are probably listening. Maybe you guys can let Mackenzie Gore know. That's what the baseball gods do when he talks shit about your team. Keep that in-house. Keep that in-house. What are we doing? Going on the local radio station and talking about how much of a shit org we have. We all know the org is shit. We don't need our ace going out there talking about it. Okay? Last thing we need. You got a problem, Mackenzie Gore? You walk into your coach's office and you let him know. You walk into Mr. Mark Lerner's office and you let him know. Like a man. You don't go on the fucking radio and bitch about how shitty the team is. That's Bush League. That's weak. And he got smited for that. Am I wrong? I know I like to take things too far sometimes, but I feel like I'm kind of right about that one.
Oh, pretty much right. If you're going to go out there and talk shit about your team, you better be sure that you don't show up and have 70 pitches in 2 1/3.
The worst start he's had all year.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible. Jovan, how about a hype train level 2 then?
Let's go.
Sure. How about Nelly now getting involved? Nelly now saying, hold my beer. I'm coming off the sidelines, and I'm getting involved. I'm hitting the field. Nelly now.
Shout out Nelly
coming
now.
in with an 18-month resub. 18-month resub. Let's go. Big day today for a couple reasons. We're going to go over some winners on the diamonds on BTL today, obviously. We're going to get you guys right in the waiver wire. Guys, I've never seen a waiver wire be this bad as it's been this season, as it's been this week. It is slim pickings right now. Maybe the league is a little bit more top-heavy. Maybe football is a little more top-heavy these days. But we're going to talk about it, and we're going to give you guys our best options on the waiver wire, and we're not going to talk about guys who are owned in 70, 80% of leagues. We're not going to waste your time. We're not going to waste your time. We're going to talk about guys who are owned in 50% or less of leagues to help you make some moves and make your team a little bit better after a bunch of injuries over the weekend. A bunch. We're going to do squad ride, obviously. I'm not going to sit up here and say we've won 7 squad rides in a row and risk jinxing it. I would never do that. I would never do that. What I will say is we should stay hot. We should stay hot, keep doing what we're doing. Jovan, great work on that squad ride last night. And let's smack another one tonight. Okay?
Sure.
And one more comment here. W Coin Toss live right after this show. Correct?
Yeah.
W Coin Toss live right after this show. Okay? W's. Cannot wait for that. And if you guys cannot make it, obviously you can go back and rewatch on the YouTube. But we have a live coin toss right after BTL today. That's massive. That's massive. You guys hungry for some football talk? You sick and tired of baseball? Well, we got news for you. Coin toss right after this. W Coin Toss, W Coin Leans. There's the YouTube, W Chats. Dion asked the Ravens not to draft Shador. So some good news on this grim morning, Goots. Okay, there we go, Goots. Stock up.
See that whole thing was so overblown.
Stock up, Goots. There we go.
So overblown.
There we go. All right. Ooh, the lineup just dropped for the doubleheader tonight. And look.
Nah, no way they get lineups dropped at noon, Krabs.
Dude, this kid lives for this shit. He just dropped the lineup right here.
Nah.
Right here. Right here. There's the lineup. You guys probably can't see it. That's okay.
Yeah.
Look, I told you guys we have this kid who is trying out for the KBO. I think I told you guys this. A kid who missed the first 2 weeks. We could have used him. We were scoring 4 runs per game. We got this kid who showed up, 6'6" behemoth, looks like a fucking star center fielder on an MLB team. He's trying out for the KBO. He played at University of Maine. This dude's a right-handed hitter. He showed up, was hitting lefty. We're all in the dugout going, why is he hitting lefty? Hits a fucking 400-foot moonshot in his first at-bat to right field. We're all just staring at the ball up, silent. Looks like a major league hitter. So they had him hitting in the 4 hole, and they moved me back into the 6 hole. He's out tonight for violation of team policy. That's actually that's bad.
That can't be real,
That's bad.
Krabs.
Well, that's not actually why he's out, but that's what coach put in here, violation of team policy. So he must be out for something. He's probably got a hot date or something. Who knows? I'm back in the 4-hole tonight. That's huge. That's huge.
Okay.
I did hit a home run last time we played. We were rained out last Tuesday. The Tuesday before that, I did hit my first home run of the season. So some people are saying I'm back. Back in the 4-hole as well, where I belong. Okay. Yeah, Scout is out for violation of team policy. If I check the group chat, I could probably see why he's actually out, but that's actually atrocious news, if I'm being honest with you, for the team.
That's bad.
That guy was an auto home run every at bat. Fuck.
Wow, he's literally him like that. Okay.
Dude, yes.
Okay.
Yes. He actually is.
Okay.
Softball lineup coming out before 10 minutes of the game as well. Work. Yeah, this guy's got some time. My guy CB, he's got some time. He does Commanders ticket sales, Wizards ticket sales. He's got some time to craft up the lineups. Okay. Big time. Back in the 4-hole tonight. Could be the difference. They still got me playing first. Yeah, they do. There was rumors that maybe moved me to the outfield. We might need some help out there, but the outfield looked great last time we played. So they're sticking me at first, as they should. I'm a scoop machine over there. Okay. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's check out the recaps from yesterday and see how we did overall. Not our best work, but you know what, guys? All that matters is that damn squad ride hitting. That's all I give a fuck about. You know what keeps me up at night? When the squad rides are sub 500, when the squad rides aren't hidden, when we're on a cold streak, that shit keeps me up at night. It ruins my day. Okay, so all I give a fuck about, and I don't care who gives it, is a squad ride W play. And right now we're doing job. Okay, yeah, we might not have had our best day yesterday. 2 and 3 for both of us, Jovan.
Yes. Dude, you better take the floor, brother, before I take the floor. That's all I gotta say.
Dudes, get it over with, man. Rip the Band-Aid off. Talk about how what did he say? What was the Goots key to the game last night? Let's just get this over with so we can move on. What was the Goots key to the game?
Be
violent. Goots.
What do you want from me?
I want you to say one comment about the team being no shit so Jovan doesn't rip you a new asshole, and then we can move on.
No, I'd love Jovan to rip me a new asshole because he's just going to blame it on the wrong thing, which is fine with me. Just do it.
Here we go.
Just blame it on the thing that isn't the problem.
All this talk.
Because you have this problem
about the offensive line is the problem. People didn't watch the fucking game.
The offensive line. I didn't say
the offensive line is not the problem. Lamar was doing cartwheels like he had all day in the pocket. And you know what? The D-line went and they took wide splits and went to the outside because they were spying him the whole game. And you know what he did? He ran straight up into the spy all fucking game. And then he backed up and no shit, he took sacks from all the D linemen. Because he's dancing in the pocket like a fucking idiot.
No, because
once the first read was not there,
you fucking
he had no idea what to do. No idea what to do.
Okay.
If you watch that game,
he doesn't throw the ball away. Why would he? Why would he throw the ball away?
What do you mean, why would he throw the ball away?
He doesn't do
that.
He
took 7 sacks.
I understand that.
7.
Okay. We scored 30 fucking points, Jovan.
It's just bad,
man. If we lose every game scoring 30 points, I don't know what to fucking tell you. The defense
you know what you could have scored.
You know it. And you watch the game.
You could have scored 7 more if Lamar didn't have that rat shit. Could have scored 7 more if Lamar didn't have that rat shit on the goal line. Could have scored 7 less without a garbage time touchdown that meant nothing. Could have even crafted a drive. Shout out Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he should have just
all those
laid over
dog shit workouts for nothing.
He should have just laid over and died in that last drive and not try and score.
Yep. No, it's just stat padding. It's a stat padding drive.
He should have just sat down and not played. You're right. Yep.
It's just a stat padding drive. It's a stat padding drive.
Just stat padding drive. Yep. He should have just took a knee and gave up. You know.
He's doing what he showed on that drive, but everybody's replies are the O-line's bad. Look at his stats from the game. If you watched that game and thought Lamar played fantastic and nothing was his fault.
Did I say that? Did I say
No. That wasn't to you. That was to everybody. Okay. The whole general consensus of people who have never played football watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
God awful.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
God awful. But yes, the defense is also terrible. They need to be burned. They need to be burned.
Goots, why are boomers on my feed who are Ravens fans saying Cooper Rush needs to start?
I don't know. Krabs.
Why am I seeing Cooper Rush needs to start and have this offense give some stability?
See, those people also need to be waterboarded.
Okay. At least we can agree on that. I got one more comment, and then we're going to move here. Goots, why does Derrick Henry run up mountains and hills and doesn't do any sort of ball control drills over the offseason? Do you think maybe the priorities are out of whack here?
Oh, Krabs. Oh, Krabs.
Ramondre
That's my last
Stevenson
comment.
Stupid
switch
question.
jerseys.
Literal 50-pound dumbbell between his butt cheeks running up Mount Fuji, and the guy can't do one ball security drill. He's got 10 cameras recording every workout.
Just because he doesn't, post ball security drills means that he's not doing ball security drills.
He posts
everything you see on the
videos.
internet isn't what it's like. You think he's not?
He posts 100 videos of him doing the craziest workouts every offseason.
It's one video a year.
No, there's 100 videos of him doing the We went through them on Twitter last night. There was literally 20 videos on the feed.
Awesome. Sick.
Of him doing the craziest workouts.
Yeah.
And the craziest drills. Not a single actually, there was one video out of the 20 where he had a football in his hand.
Okay.
The other 19 videos, not a single football in sight.
Yep. All right.
Do you think maybe the priorities are out of whack here and maybe he's doing a Bryson DeChambeau move? He's trying to look cool and make these cool YouTube clips instead of maybe practicing keeping the ball secure?
You got the wrong priorities.
Okay. You disagree?
Yeah, I disagree.
You disagree? Okay.
Yeah. Bucks and Commies fans talking about like they know what good ball is. Remind me when the last time the Bucks won a Super Bowl is. Because I can remember it was pretty soon. Wow. Sooner than the Ravens, I'll say.
It wasn't last year when the Commanders knocked you out in the first round. Zing!
No, it certainly wasn't. And cap tip to JD5.
Yeah, you better be tipping that cap.
We've held the trophy much sooner, much more recent than the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep. Is it time to start saying maybe the team down the street in D.C. might be a superior program over the Baltimore team?
For people who think I'm not taking it on the chin, I'm literally getting yelled at right now on stream, taking it straight on the fucking chin. I'm taking accountability. The defense fucking sucks. I'm not going to come up here and shit on my quarterback. He's all I have. He's all I fucking got. I got nothing else.
Can you say something mean about Harbaugh and then we can move on?
No, can't.
Wow.
Can you say something mean about Todd Monken?
No.
You
say something mean about Zach fucking Orr? Yeah, of course I can.
I mean, yeah, he stinks too.
Yeah, he's bad.
But the offensive play calling, especially at the goal line,
you
was
always go to
shooting
the
worthy.
offense, Jovan. It's like we scored 30 fucking points. And if you want to take that touchdown away, take it away. Great.
Take it away.
Take it away. Whatever.
Take it away.
Should have just laid down and died in that last drive. 23. There you go, Rav. 23 points.
All right. Well, you got a big game against the Chiefs this weekend. You better go out there and fucking win that game. Tired of the Chiefs winning. Go out there and get a win and set it straight.
If I see 1-3.
Oh, they're winning that game. They're winning that game. Ravens are -2.5 on the road against Kansas City. It's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Good sign.
It is. Twice, though.
I can't deny it.
I know.
I can't deny it. It's a good sign.
Does that happen twice, though, against the Chiefs? I don't know.
Yeah. Seen a lot of Chiefs as a dog this year. Didn't come through in week 2 against the Eagles because the refs gave Philly, a city who just needs it more. Those, people in Philly just need those wins more. It's all they got going on in their lives. It's good.
Yeah.
Right? So they give them a handout win. Are they going to lose twice as a dog? I think they might. I don't know if I'll be betting on it.
They're also really bad.
Yeah, they're also bad. They're also bad. Yep, Godson, thanks for the reminder, my man. Thanks for the reminder. Good to see you guys getting some wins. You guys need some positivity in your lives. Out there in Philly. Stinky, stinky city. Okay, let's move on. Maybe Derrick Henry can start doing some fumble drills next offseason. Maybe we'll see some videos about that. Not him running up a goddamn mountain with a weight clinched between his butt cheeks and a 1080p camera recording every move. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's go and hop in for today's Sharp Report. We got a lot of great games on the Diamonds. Also, some different moves going on in the NFL real quick. Jackson Dart in for Russ. Interested to see how that plays out. And good to hear that Brian Callahan's given up play calling duties.
Yeah.
That's massive.
He stinks.
That's massive. He stinks. He stinks. The definition of having a job because your dad is a great coach. The definition of nepotism, unfortunately. Yep. So, unless Pops is taking over the reins, maybe he is behind the scenes. Who knows? They're probably fucked, but at least he's handing off the play calling duties to somebody else. Yeah. Anybody else. Maybe Calvin Ridley gets more than 5 targets in a fucking game. That'd be nice. All right, let's move. Let's groove. We will talk more NFL and we'll talk some waiver wire after the Sharp Report today. But for now, let's talk about some winners, Jovan. I'm doing something I almost never do. And that's take a under. In this case, a first 5 under, Jovan, in a game where the team just saw these starting pitchers in their last starts. Okay. I don't know if it was Waldrop versus Brad Lord in that game. And honestly, probably was. If they're matched up against each other again today, it probably was them against each other in that game. Actually, hold on. Let me double check. Yes, it was. And they gave up 5 runs combined in that start last week in this same exact matchup. This time around, I think it's going to be a little more low scoring. And especially after last night, fucking squad ride, Jovan, you're him. Great fucking call. After last night's splooge fest, 1,000,000 runs, squad ride hits in the 3rd inning. I think today I'll go a little differently. You might get a little fat, happy, and complacency here from both offenses. And I think both pitchers who did not pitch great, they didn't pitch terrible last week in this matchup, Jovan, but they didn't pitch great. What are you splooging about over there?
Gundy gone.
Wow.
Which is so perfect because I was already betting on them this week.
Yep, now it's mandatory. System play. Damn, bro.
Go on, Krabs.
Damn. Oh, Mike Gundy. He might just be a shit coach. Okay. Last week, we saw the first 5 over hit. This time around with Brad Lord and Waldrop up on the bump. I like Brad Lord. And Waldrop's stats look pretty fucking sharp. And after the Nats have been splooging offensively for the last couple games, I don't know if Dalen Lyle's going to play today. He's kind of hurt. He's nursing something. What's the rush there? Some of the squares up there on Prize Picks. Dylan Cruz has some crazy green squares. Dude's been red hot, by the way. Shout out Dylan Cruz for having a great September. Thank God. We got life, Jovan. We got life and lots of it. Yeah. Jacob Young had another crazy catch in center field last night. I don't know if you saw that, but he caught it and it popped out. He caught it again. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's trying to do trick shots like he's in Circus Olay or something. But Jacob Young will be out there in center field once again. He'll probably make a great play out there and save a run at some point in this game. Let's just hope it's in the first 5 innings. Great to see the under in this game, full game, catching steam as well. But guys, what do we know about taking unders in Nats games and even Braves games as well? You don't take full game unders. You take first 5 unders. You get in, you get the fuck out. And I'm a Brad Lord guy, blue collar lunch pail. Dude was literally selling trees at Home Depot last winter. Now look at him, Jovan. He's our best pitcher. He is. He's our best pitcher statistically. Got the lowest ERA, which isn't saying much, but he passes the eye test up there. He's got some decent stuff, and knock on wood, he's been known to give you 5 strong, and after giving up a couple to this Braves team last week, I think he locks in, keeps him off the scoreboard relatively, and this is mainly a fade on the Nats bats, who have been red hot the last 2 weeks, and backing Waldrop, who's got really good stuff and got that 3 ERA. I think he shoves as well. So we'll get a little nasty. We'll get a little contrarian here after we splooged on the over last night. Let's go first 5, under 5 in the Nats and Braves game. And yes, I do like the under 4.5 at plus chicken. If it's moved there on your books, I think this is going to be a snooze fest early on. If there's runs, they're coming late.
Yep. I'm in on that.
Okay.
Super rare.
Okay. Cruz is to Krabs as Lamar is to Goots. Well, can't really compare Dylan Cruz to Lamar.
Yeah.
Let me give some respect there to Lamar and Goots there. Jesus.
Can't really do that.
But as an investor, where is it? Over here. As an investor, Dylan Cruz signed all that behind me. If you guys are ever wondering who that is, it's Dylan Cruz.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him.
To make some investments.
Yeah, you should get some cards. Now's the time. Although it might even be too late now, but maybe right after the season ends, if the baseball markets die down a hair, maybe buy a couple of his cards. Yeah, smart move because he's proven to me, number one, he's a leader in the locker room. When he's in the lineup, the team plays better. He's a winner. He's a winner. and he leads. He leads by example. He shows up. He grinds. He takes cage work before every fucking game. He takes cage work after the game when he doesn't get hits. He leads by example, which that team needs, with a lot of young guys who, plain and simple, a lot of them don't give a shit, and they don't have great coaching to help them develop, right? So he's been a great, part of this team for the last month or so, but go look at some of his squares for today, Jovan. Unfortunately, it does not look like he's going to be getting on base, at least not via hit, looking at some of his squares. So he's a dog, but let's hope for today he does not go off and maybe that hit streak ends first 5 under.
Sure. That'd be an attitude.
Right? He does have some Bobby Witt aura. He does.
Absolutely does.
Let's hope he can stay healthy. All right.
Yep.
Swinging around. Let's see what Jovan is cooking up over there. How about some overs? Sure.
Yep. In the Marlins-Phillies game with two pitchers, I guess, mostly Sanchez, but two pitchers with really good history against both these teams. Christopher Sanchez, he has some absurd history against the Marlins. You look like all of his last handful of starts, and a lot of them are like wildly different lineups outside of like one of the starts he made this year, but it's complete game shutout. It's 8 innings, 8 inning shutout, 8 innings, 1 run, 7 innings shutout. Like it's dominant performance after dominant performance after dominant performance. But now the current Marlins lineup not only has been like sneakily pretty decent against lefties to close the season, they're in the top half of the league, but they're also putting the ball in play at a much higher rate against lefties than they were for a majority of the season, which is pretty important, not just for a guy who like has a pretty high strikeout ceiling for a ground ball pitcher, but he also like is going to fill up the zone and make them hit the sinker a lot. Like he's not going to pitch. He's very smart with the way he pitches to a lot of these teams, especially the more anemic offenses like a name, which the Marlins, they're really not. They're playing really hot. I guess they've been really hot for the last couple of weeks now. They're on this little win streak, but they're seeing the ball well. And I think this is where they finally get to Christopher Sanchez a little bit to a lot. But again, kind of similar to yesterday. I thought the Nats were going to splooge, and they did in some part, and they got their runs. But you got Edward Cabrera, who's coming off this little mini injury on a little bit of a pitch count. How long is he going to go? I don't really know. Then you have, I don't know if they're going to put like Belozo in as like a multi-inning guy to eat after him, but it's a combination of that and a really bad / tired bullpen, as tired as you can be with a rest day in between. So they're just bad in general. So I think this is an over that the Phillies can definitely carry, but at the same time, I think the Marlins kind of get it started with some of their first splooge off of Christopher Sanchez in some while, whether it's Wagaman, who's in there to hit lefties now. Sanoja has been seeing the ball well. Dane Myers will probably be in the lineup, and he's a lefty killer. Like there's a lot of guys that I think match up pretty well with him that in those starts against the Marlins where either not on the team or not getting consistent at bats or hurt at the time, now they start splooging.
All right. Hope that's the case again today. And I'm down to fade Cabrera. Coming back from, when's the last time he's pitched? Like a month, right?
Well, he's been pitching. Like I think it was 2 weeks ago. I don't even know if he missed a start, but he got pulled from one a little early. So he's been on like a little bit of a limit ever since. Like the last couple of starts have been 73 and 79 pitches. Pretty, I guess, intentionally. So like I assume he's going to be on somewhat near that number today. But I don't think it's going to go well to where they're going to have to worry about the limit anyway.
All right. I like his less than 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, which is weird.
He's got a demon 4.5. It looks, it is very popular.
Yeah.
On Prize Picks, and he has a normal 4 strikeout square. So I'll have that less than 4 strikeouts in something. Okay. Love it. Let's just hope Sanchez gets mucked up. He's sneakily been getting mucked up.
Yeah.
A little bit his last couple starts. So let's hope that continues, bro.
Would be good.
All right. Would be absolutely goated. Absolutely goated. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. I don't know why you guys are geeking about these cups. I got 2 cups. I got a coffee cup, and I got a Prize Picks cup. W Prize Picks cup for water.
Yeah,
Stay hydrated out there, folks. I got 2 cups. 2 cups. All right. No peppermint in this coffee, though. Just black. Simple. All reliable. All right. Let's talk about the game of the day on the diamonds. It's the Tigers and the Guardians. 6.5 total. Whoa. Well, it is 2 studs on the bump. Skubal, Gavin Williams. I just cannot seem to hit a bet when I fade Gavin Williams, Jovan. When I back the guy, he turns into Mackenzie Gore yesterday and can't throw a fucking strike, and he's walking 7 people. So I want to keep him out of this puppy, and I want to fade the Guardians bats. Man, this Guardians team has been on fire. They've won like 9 of their last 10, maybe 8 with that loss in their last game. Might be 8 out of their last 10 now, but either way, they're red hot. And the Tigers are not. The Tigers haven't sniffed a win in a while. Thought about laying the -1.5, but again, when I fade Gavin Williams, it simply does not go well. And we know for some reason Gavin Williams has some voodoo magic going on when he's facing teams in his division. I think they're undefeated. They're like 17-0 in games he starts against teams in their division. Remember, we tried to fade that trend in his last start, and it simply did not work once again. Not in the business of fading that trend. I learned my lesson last time. This time, I'll just fade the Guardians bats, Jovan. And take the team total under 2.5. Super low. Well, they're going against Scooball, so it's going to be low. And that Tigers bullpen is no slouch. Hopefully that's the case today. Knock on woods. In a game with the under catching steam, in a playoff type atmosphere game, big game for both squads. A lot of nerves because they're within, one game of each other now? That's absolutely insane. So. It should be one game. That smells like a playoff type game, playoff type atmosphere with 2 aces there on the bump. And that smells like an under to me. So I'll go ahead and isolate in case the Tigers do end up splooging here and they finally do get to Gavin Williams like I'm expecting at some point. I'll keep this out of it. Tigers have some anger to get out in this game. If they end up winning, they might keep their foot on the gas and put up a couple runs. They have not won a game in a while, like a week. So I want to keep their bats out of this just in case they do splooge and just fade the home Guardians. And even if the Guardians can squeak out a low-scoring win here, that means they don't get in a bat in the bottom of the 9th. And that could mean less opportunity for runs. So I think this team total under 2.5, it looks low. It's scary. I get it. The Guardians have been red hot, but they could even still win this game in a low-scoring affair. This bet could still hit in a 2-1 game, 1-0 game. I've seen weirder, especially with these 2 guys on the bump. And this total down to 6.5 with the under moving from +100 to -110. Smells like a nasty playoff type game. Give me the team total under for the Guards. Let's isolate one of the hotter lineups in baseball.
Sure. I'm in on that, even though I think this honestly could be a 2-1 somebody wins game. I wouldn't be surprised the Guardians do with no runs.
Oh no, Big Cheesy, you're on the team total over? No way, man. Cash that shit out. Cash that shit out. There's still time. Or hedge it. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, I'd love to hear your sell job for team total over from the Blue Jays.
The Jays, second start in a row. We're going after Giolito. And even though the A's got theirs in Boston, he didn't pitch all that bad until his very last inning, which is exactly when the A's started saying, he gives us a first pitch fastball, we're going to swing at it because it's center cut every single time. And what do you know? They started splooging. That's how the Jays hit, just period. So like now Giolito's going on this little weird, I guess, road series in Toronto, which still means something a little bit for playoff purposes. But outside of one outlier, which I think it was against the Orioles, where he pitched 7 or 8 shutout innings over like the last month and a half, like I think it was the end of July, he's been much, much worse on the road. So like now, hopefully that trend continues. But again, he gets a team that is everything that he doesn't want to see, a fastball hunting team. Again, one of the reasons why the Jays don't strike out very much is because if you give them early fastballs and early counts, they hit it and they swing very, very hard and very, very fast. And it works especially well when they're in Toronto and seeing the ball a little bit better. But I think this is a golden matchup for them against Giolito. And I guess last start was really the one anomaly where it was kind of somewhere in the middle. We were talking about this with Gore yesterday. He's more times than not either god awful or lights out. Giolito most of the time is the same way, except for last start where he was good for a while. Then it began to fall apart at that last inning. I think we get more of the classic Giolito, just absolute meltdown against the Jays in a game that probably should have runs. And he pitched really well against them in a game that they won by 2 touchdowns, I guess, in Boston back in, I think, June or July. I think it'll be a little different now. The game's going to be much more competitive because they're up 9-0 in that game, I think, before you could blink. So now in Toronto, where he's been really bad for the last 2 months, I think the Jays hop all over him.
All right. They just might. They just might. Giolito's been okay. You're right. For the first time in a while, he's been pretty mids. He's typically either really bad or really good. Maybe you see them splooge for a big old 5-piece, 6-piece against him before they yank him today, hopefully, for that team total over, although all we need is 5 at home. in this game. Looks like the over is catching about 10 cents of steam as well in the game overall. So that's also a good sign. Isolate.
Which
Take the bats against Giolito.
I want to isolate because I have no idea what we're going to get from Gosman because he should be getting mucked. It's sharp a lot for him to get mucked. And even though like it's come through on the ML a couple times, like it wasn't because he pitched particularly poorly, like against the Rays, coming off of the complete game shutout. Rays won the game there, but he didn't pitch bad. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets touched up a little bit today, though. The Jays have some urgency in swinging the bats.
Okay. All right. Lean the over in the game, but you want to isolate here and just fade Lucas Giolito on the road. And I don't hate it one bit. All right. Let's keep moving to grooving. Chat, hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Excited for this slate tonight. Excited to go over waiver wire for your fantasy teams here in a couple minutes. And then crafting up another squad rides. But let's finish up the sharp reports. We'll do these straight bets. Swing it around for me, Gucci. And then we'll do these squares. I've already locked in the sharp report format. I'll drop that link here in a second. For now, let's talk about the Royals in a game where I'm going to have a square in there as well that we're going to talk about here in a moment. But let's talk about why the Royals are going to be up through the first 5 in this game. Might be a little square. I don't really care. We're at the point of the season where you got to use your baseball brain a little bit more than usual against a team that's playing for nothing at this point. In the Angels, Mike Trout already got his, 500th home run? Was it 400?
400, I think.
400 home run. So his season's done. Everybody else on this team, respectfully, is pretty fucking dog shit, especially the guy who's going to be opening today in Aldegari. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Aldegari, who's just not a good pitcher, respectfully. And he's probably going to get mucked up again today with that 10 ERA. Seeing the juice loose on the over in this game, moving from minus 125 to that under 9 to now minus 115, minus 110 some places for the under 9, I think is a great sign for the Royals because you got Reagans on the bump on the other side. And it's not like he's been sharp so far this season. He's been dealing with injuries. He's missed a bunch of games. He's got a 5 ERA, and he's going out there in maybe his last start of the season. Maybe he squeaks in one more to close out the year, but this potentially could be his last start of the season. Still on a pitch count, sure, but should be, have that leash a hair longer than his first start back in that last outing. I think we can get 5 innings out of Reagans in this one, hopefully, if he doesn't walk people, and he does have a very, very green walks allowed square up there, which is a great sign as well. Hopefully he's not walking people today and giving people free passes. If he doesn't, I think we're in a really good spot here to squeak out a W through the first 5. This one's about, I got it at minus 125 on the first 5. So I'm looking at Reagans, and I'm looking at that 1.5 run square. I think he goes out there and shoves. He still has something to prove. Maybe the Royals team doesn't. Maybe the Angels don't. But Reagans has to lower that 5 ERA and get some momentum going for next season. The guy's missed a ton of time. You're going to get his best today in this game against a lineup that's just checked out, in my opinion. And I'm going to back the Royals through the first 5 in this game at minus 125 with a significant pitching advantage, not only skill-wise, but effort-wise as well from the starter. I think we get a win, at least through 5. Maybe there's fluke shit late in a game that doesn't mean shit. If there is, we're not involved.
Yep. Done on that.
Okay. Got to be careful this week with pitchers. Yes, got to be careful this week just with the diamond in general. Make sure you're betting on games that matter, or at least have a player that gives a fuck, like a Reagans guy who's trying to go out there and lower that 5 ERA. Jesus, that's atrocious. Unacceptable for Reagans. Okay, you got to be careful on the slate this week. All right? Jovan, you got one more straight bet?
Yeah, speaking of games that matter, how about one that doesn't mean shit? The Twins and the Rangers in Arlington tonight, which I do think it kind of means a little bit of something for Zebby Matthews, who kind of wants to figure it out, have at least one start where he figures it out towards the end of the year, because he's coming off of maybe his worst start of the year, and he's been really, really fucking bad for the past month and a half. And of course, like, it fits the bill of like the Twins team trading everybody away. Like, nobody's expecting anything from them, so the clubhouse is dead, I'm sure. Nobody really gives a shit, but for him, like, he's a young pitcher. He simply has to figure it out, and he has trouble with power bats. We talked about that with the Yankees in the last start. He gave up, I think, 9 runs and 11 hits in those 3 innings. So he was god-awful, and matchups like that really, really kill him, and that's, again, been the story since July pretty much. But now he's going to face the Rangers off of that start, and what do you know? after 9 runs against the Yankees, you can get his 2.5 earned runs for a demon price, which I thought even in that park and against that offense was a little shocking to me, but I think it makes sense a little bit because the Rangers, as it's currently constructed, that lineup's not a powerful lineup despite what it should be, I guess, name-wise. And I know they have different guys in there because of injuries now, but that lineup should be a lot more powerful than it is. Runs get sucked out of you in that ballpark, but that lineup is simply not seeing a lot of these pitchers like Zebby Matthews pretty well when they realistically should be with some of the bats that they have in those lineups. So I think the trend continues, and that offense is going to be anemic tonight. And on the other side, you'd be shocked to, I guess, look at some of the numbers. I was talking about the Marlins. The Marlins have been good against lefties, which makes a little bit of sense looking at like some of the righties they have in the lineup and some of the young guys that are seeing it well, but so are the Twins. And sure, some of that's like Buxton, but in the last month, the Twins are in the top 10 against lefties with a 113 WRC plus, which is surprising. And I don't really know what the plan for Patrick Corbin is today, to be honest with you, because he skipped the start, quote unquote, but like his last appearance was out of the bullpen and in extras in a game they just needed pitching because they really had nothing. So he didn't have a full start, but he threw like an inning in the 11th or 12th or whatever it was. So I don't know how long he's going to go. Maybe that would make the bullpen a little bit vulnerable, and you could argue go full game, but the Twins bullpen is god awful as it is. So fuck that. I just think Zebby shoves against this lineup, and they get some runs off of Corbin, which is probably some of his last starts in the MLB, if I had to guess. But this Twins team matches up pretty well against them, especially the bats at the top. I think they get to him early, and Zebby actually has a good start for once.
Super down to back, one of the worst starting pitchers in baseball, and Zebby. Don't have to tell me twice. That's nasty, and I'm in. But fading Patty C, what are we doing? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. How have we not learned to just let him splooge?
Yeah, well, he's been fadeable, I guess, more towards the end of the year.
I guess, yeah, he has. ERA's up to 4.33. Still, if you would have told me Patty C had a 4.3 ERA, I'd fucking laugh in your face and I'd say, in what world? But you're right, he's been worse towards the end of the season. Let's hope he can squeak out a fade here. I can't lie to you, it certainly concerns me a hair. It certainly concerns me a hair. Probably half bias and probably half just watching Patty C steal my coin for the last couple of years. So, yeah, let's just hope he goes out there and he's vintage Patty C in this game today. And I'm always down to back Zebby Matthews. I do it a weird amount already. So if you're telling me through the first 5, let's take him. Let's fade Patty C. And I'm looking at some of Zebby squares, Jovan. I like what I see.
Yeah, I think I've faded Zebby Matthews like 4 of his last 5 starts or something. So I'm backing him now.
Okay. Trent, you're buying a full case.
Oh, wait, you're buying a full case.
Okay. Are you going to stream it, or are you just going to be a me guy and do it solo? It'd be huge if you could stream it. At least record it and post it. That way, if you pull something crazy, we could put it up on the Bookit socials. That would be huge. Can we at least get a camera on you?
Some rippers.
Yeah, he said Jovan said he'll be there. So
I'll be there.
Bookit breaks. We're wasting an opportunity here, folks. Bookit breaks. Can't wait for hashtag coin lanes. Sure, I can't wait either, guys. 2 p.m. Eastern, right after this show. We've got the coin toss. I cannot wait to watch it. It was a fire episode last week. Knock on wood. Hit a parlay, hit a prize picks lineup. Let's run that shit back. You guys did great on last week's coin toss. Let's hope this week goes the exact same. The exact same. Trent, at least record it if you're buying a fucking case, man. Who knows? You might actually pull something for once. Would be huge. You're going to be surprised on the recaps, Krabs. I hope they're goods. I'm sure they're goods after hearing those sell jobs from last week. Okay? All right. Might be dumb. Where do you buy cases of cards from? Pretty sure from like a card shop. Right? Isn't that where you guys got a special place? You don't have to name drop, but
yeah,
you got a card shop you go to and you cop hella boxes. Okay. Let's move. Let's groove. Stay posted on that, guys. Maybe Trent will bless you guys up, bless your feet up with some sort of stream or video there. Either way, excited to hear if he pulls anything. Let's get to the prize pick squares. Whew. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Has to be done. Ronald Acuna has been on fire. It's almost like he's trying to prove something. He's missed a lot of time this season. He's talked about how very upsetting to himself, very disappointed in himself that he has not been able to go out there and play and stay on the fields. He's pissed about it. The Braves are obviously pissed about it and the investment they made in him. And Braves fans deserve better. But, I mean, the guy's had some bad luck. The guy has an injury problem, right? Right now, he's out to prove something, Jovan. He is. But he's going to have his hands full today against Brad Lord, who is due to have Ronald Acuna's number. Jovan, 3 at-bats against Acuna in Brad Lord's short but historic, some might call it, historic career. How many hits do you think he's had in those 3 at-bats?
Probably none.
No, he's got 2.
Oh.
He's got 2. Yep. He's 2 for 3. He's batting .667.
Okay.
Against Brad Lord. You know what that means? Brad Lord is due to get a couple wins here because it's baseball, guys, and nobody hits .667 against anybody. I don't care if you're fucking Ted Williams hitting against Milkman. Even he couldn't do it. If he can't do it, Acuna can't do it either against a 95-mile-an-hour fastball with some fucking tail on it. Good luck hitting Brad Lord today. Baseball gods have your back. And I think Brad Lord has an edge and an advantage today against Acuna and the Braves. After getting smacked in the mouth last night, it's fair to say the Nats got smacked in the mouth. They did fight back. Surely they fought back. A lot of runs in that game. I think you're going to get a snooze fest in this one, at least early on. That's why I'm on that first 5 under, guys, which I think is very sharp and dropping on some faster-moving books. So get it while it's hot, and that's a great sign. After a million runs last night, Jovan, seeing that total dropping some places from 5 to 4.5. Let's just pray the Nats don't put in the software salesman. The Nats don't put in the worst fucking bullpen arm of all time. Maybe Pilkington can grab Pine and stay out of the fucking game for one night. That'd be nice. Good thing he pitched last night, though. He gave up his nukes in that game, so maybe he doesn't pitch tonight, right? This has to be played. I'm seeing a couple guys looking at the odds for this game for runs. I'm seeing Profar, Matt Olson, significantly ahead in juice of Acuna. I thought Acuna would be leading the game with how hot he's been. I guess I get Olson. He's been the hottest hitter in baseball, but Acuna, batting leadoff. You think he'd be probably first in odds? Nope, he's actually third. So I thought that was a very good sign as well. Although those are 3 red-hot hitters right now. Love the under in this game. I'll take my chances on a completely greened out chart. One of the more popular squares on Prize Picks. Guys, if squares like this hit more often than they lost, Vegas wouldn't be as shiny as it is. Plain and simple. It's one of those plays. Meat on tape. Acuna, less than half a run. Okay. Reagans makes a little bit more baseball sense. I mean, at least we know Reagans is good. And we're taking him to pitch well today. Now, he has not been good this season. He has not been good of late. He has not pitched much of late, but I think we get his best start of the season in this game today against an Angels team that's just dead as a fucking doorknob. Mike Trout, like I said earlier, he already did his job. He got 400 home runs. What does this Angels team have to play for? Nothing at this point. They're waiting to go to Cancun with Trent this weekend, or they're waiting to go to Hawaii with Trent this weekend. They might meet up with him out there. So Cole Reagans, less than 1.5 earned runs allowed. Juice to the under on the books as well. The guy's got a 5 ERA. You wouldn't know it unless you were a baseball guy or you were super tapped in. You just think Reagans is fucking dialed. No, he's actually been terrible. And he needs to go out there and finish the season strong. Could not ask for a better matchup, Jovan, for that.
Yeah.
I think Reagans shoves today. And I love seeing the under in this game, catching steam as well. So W play here on Reagans, my favorite square today. Less than 1.5 earned runs allowed. Completely greened out chart as well.
Let's go Krabs.
What are you cooking up over there?
Putting Goots on the stand one more fucking time, man.
No shot.
Because Gunner is about to take
What are we
Pepia to the
doing?
shed.
What are we
Pepia,
doing?
who, I mean, looked god-awful last start. God-awful, which was expected off of his unbelievable stretch where I think he gave up 2 hits and like 4 starts. He just lights out until that point, until he got a Jays team that swung early and often, and he throws 2 pitches. So once he has a team that can hit those 2 pitches and the slider's not working, really bad things happen. I think you might get another one of those starts again tonight. So I'm worried. I think this game also has some runs in it, but he's a fastball changeup guy with a little bit of slider mixed in, and the slider hasn't been good, which is a big problem. So now when your fastball changeup against a couple of these guys, especially Gunner, that's an issue. You're probably going to see 1 cent to fucking Utah Street. It's going to be a bad one. And He's been trying to go against some of these teams like off speed first. Doesn't work. Doesn't have the command. Now I think he's going to be a little limited too, to the point where it's like a Drew Rasmussen type start is what they're kind of going for him now. And I think that's going to be what it is to close the season. And you're going to see a good bit of a pretty tired, pretty bad at this point bullpen. So God forbid he doesn't get it off of him. There's going to be plenty of chances, I think. And I think the O's honestly probably win this game, but comes with runs, comes with Gunner. And then Trent fucking Grisham. Goated. Shane Smith, love him to death, but he has a little bit of a problem with lefty power, especially against really good fastball hitters. Trent Grisham to a T. Welcome to the show. If hopefully somebody else isn't sending a ball out to the short porch or the other way, but I think Trent Grisham is.
I'm gonna freak out, man. Not because you just said that, just in general. With that sweat, I'm gonna freak out.
Freak out.
I'm gonna freak out.
Freak out.
According to Twitter, Grisham already sent one deep. Great. Well,
people just be saying shit, man.
Jovan took him last week, and he had good BVP numbers last week, and did he hit 2 nukes or just one? At least one when he took him last week. So when Jovan says Trent Grisham, I listen. I listen and I tail. And here's the link to the Sharp Report foreman. I'd love to hear 2 names of people on Twitter who have taken Trent Grisham today besides Jovan. Would love to hear that. And would love to see real Nicky Gambles put his money where his mouth is. I'd love 2 names. Or hey, if you really want to prove us wrong, drop 2 links. WDJ Lean coming in hot, resubbing as well. WDJ Lean, you're goated. According to Twitter, the Lions were losing by 20 points also. Yeah, you're not wrong, Matt. You're not wrong there. Shit. All right, let's move. Let's groove. I did drop the link to the Sharp Report foreman in the Twitch chat if you guys want to tail. Get involved. Do we have a Goots cosign? Please tell me we have a Goots cosign on the Gunner Square.
I mean, I don't got shit, man.
Dude, just say yes.
Yep. Go Gunner.
Okay, good. We're so back.
You locked.
We're so back. Yeah, Goots is in sea urchin piss today, folks.
Literal
Be a little extra nice to Goots today on the feed chat. Be nice to Goots. Okay? Literal sea urchin piss. Betting Queen and Trent are on Grisham. Well, John, I wonder why Trent's on Grisham. Betting Queen, I got no comment there. Shit. Okay. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, so we'll just let it split. Let's talk about some waiver wire pickups. Okay, we'll try to keep this short and sweet. We've already been yapping a lot today. But Jovan, I want to get the people right. And again, like I said before, it is a tough year for waiver wire pickups. Not a lot of options. Pretty top heavy in the league so far. But we're going to do our best here. Yep, Sock Station, huge. $50 million additional dollars for the Hokies. Massive. We can't act like it's not. It is. Now let's see what they do with it. They still have to execute. Okay? But Jovan, cannot deny it, a step in the right direction.
Is that that Bruce Arians thing that I saw floating around real?
He's going to help find the new coach. How about that? That's also a W.
That's pretty sick.
That's also a W.
I'd
love for him to just step in and be coach, but I think he's past that point of his career. Yeah, that's huge, Jovan. We need good people. We need good, smart people on board helping with the fucking decision making. And that is the exact guy we need involved. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's 2 great steps in the right direction, Jovan. 50 million additional funds and Bruce Arians involved. Come on.
Yeah.
You can't deny it. Now let's see what they do with it. That is sick. People forget he's a Hokie. He's a sneak Hokie. Yep. Although knowing him, he is such a Hokie, though. Lunch pail guy. All right. Enough yapping about the Hokies, but they might be back. Let's talk about some fantasy football waiver wire pickups. Also, Jalen Lane, Rookie of the Week. I repeat, Jalen Lane, Rookie of the Week. Get your votes in.
Okay.
Jovan, let's talk about QBs. Let's talk about QBs. You got some options at QB. Great call with Geno last week.
26 fantasy points. Dude, Loki won
3
me a
touchdown
week.
passes.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's worth a clap. Good shit, Jovan.
That was unreal.
Also, can we get a pulse check on the YouTube chat? I haven't seen a YouTube chat in weeks, months. Where are my YouTube goats at? Let me hear you scream. Let's get a roll call going in the YouTube. You guys alive over there? Let me know. Haven't seen anybody chatting since they were chirping Goots for the Ravens. Get involved, YouTube chat. You guys okay over there? Let me know. Let me know. Turner Max saying it might be Geno again this week. Well, wouldn't be opposed against the Bears on what should be a high-scoring game. Sure. I'll let Jovan touch on that. I'm sure he's got some thoughts there. I've got a guy that I brought who is still my MVP for this season. Brutal handout win for the Eagles that might cost us here down the line, but you can't fault Matthew Stafford for that. And I like the old man Stafford this week. I like Stafford as a pickup, Jovan. He's available in 63% of leagues. Going against the Colts, who look like they're a Super Bowl contender. I fucking bet. Good luck going against Sean McVay. And the Colts finally come down to earth in this game this weekend. Total in this game is on the rise as well. That's why I like Matthew Stafford in this one, because sure, maybe I'm wrong and maybe the Colts are just good. I don't think I am, but if I am, at least it'll be a high-scoring game. And you know what? It's a win-win with that total moving up, Jamal, because at least, the Rams, they either get their lick back from last week, get their anger out, and put up a big old number and win this game, cover this game with ease, and help get this total at least close to that high number. Or if they're losing, that's a W game script for Matthew Stafford, who has 2 elite weapons in Puka and Devontae Adams, and they're going to grub against a Colts secondary that's been pretty banged up so far this season that just cannot keep getting away with it against shit teams. So best team by far that they're playing so far this season. Good luck. Froggio 3-0. They come back down to earth in this one. I think Matthew Stafford slices and dices them. I like him as a waiver wire pickup.
Yeah, I'm in on that. I'm surprised he's as available as he is.
Same. I have had him on my bench in a lot of leagues. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I might start him this week.
Sure.
Not trolling. Is it Lamar or Caleb this week for fantasy? I mean, it's Caleb this week. You guys know Caleb is the 3rd ranked fantasy quarterback after last week? If you have him, you start him. And I'd be bringing him up if he wasn't owned in 80% of leagues. I'd be bringing his ass up. He's primed for another great week as well. Might not be the best quarterback in all the land, but a high-scoring QB.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, they're about
we're
to be
not
dogs.
You didn't put any fantasy thought into that because Lamar's had over 30 fantasy points for 3 weeks. Just because he fumbled on the goal line doesn't mean you don't start him in fantasy.
Dudes, I do my fantasy, and by the way, Goots, I'm really good at fantasy football. Really good. You're doing a beer mile for your league this year. I'm coming off of 2 championships last year, so let's be realistic here. Goots, okay? And I'm not doing this just to chirp you. I'm doing this because I like to use my brain and look at the spreads, look at the totals, and we know that Ravens and Chiefs game is going to be an under game. We know it. We know the Ravens defense is going to show up for the first time this season against the rat shit Chiefs, and we know the fucking Chiefs defense, like they always do, is going to show up and be good in this game too. So, no, I would not start Lamar this week in fantasy.
I'm doing a beer mile because you told me to draft Calvin Ridley and Austin Eckler.
Well, I won your league last year. We can't win every year, kids. We can't win every year. If we did, be retired, and I'd be just making fantasy football TikToks all fucking day. Okay? Can't. Total in the Bears and Raiders game is up to 47. Total in the Ravens and the Chiefs game will be dropping. And that's an under game if I've ever seen one. I'm giving you a compliment, Goots. Your defense is going to show up and be awake for the first time this season and make some plays against Mahomes. Yeah. Take what you can get.
That's just going to be Book of Chew all game, too.
It's going to be Book of Chew, running the ball a ton, no mistakes, scared ball, tight butthole, and it's going to be an under game. I don't want to start Lamar against the Chiefs. Are you fucking kidding me on the road? That's not the hottest of takes. I'm taking Caleb. Straight up. All right. Jovan, what QB are you picking up? Because both those guys aren't even available, so why are we here yapping about it?
Yeah.
What QB are you picking up? Are you going back to Geno?
Yeah, if you have Geno, fire him up because high total game. He's about to be a favorite against the Bears, which is laughable. So there's something coming in that game. But for the sake of not repeating, because we've already used Geno, as much as we've talked about rat shit Michael Penix, Pick him up if you need to this week.
No shot.
Against the Commie Scraps.
That seems targeted.
In Atlanta, it might be targeted, just like Gino. And what did he do? Even though it didn't matter for the game, which is good for you, it was a win-win for everybody. 26 fantasy points. Was
Rare
that a little bit
win.
in garbage time when the game was out of hand? Sure, but that's what the defense will give you if you're the Commanders. But I think this will be a little bit different of a game script because I think the Falcons are going to win this week, unfortunately for your Commies. But I think this is also going to have to be a game where you're starting to fire like offensive coaches. You're bringing coordinators down to the field. I don't think they're just going to run the entirety of the game because what the fuck are you coming down here for? I think you're going to have a situation where one of the few things they figured out, shocker, was Darnell Mooney is kind of good when he's open downfield. He's your only real downfield threat. They're going to use that. I feel like this is the perfect sling it game for Penix. And maybe it's back against the wall at this point because if he has another bad performance, they're going to start to be serious conversations about starting Kirk. And I don't think you're going to get a better chance for a couple weeks in this one.
Okay, let's see how many leagues he's even owned in. I feel like he might sneakily be owned in more than we expect, even though he's big quail shit so far this season. Oh, only 30% of leagues.
Only 30, and I can guarantee you that's about to drop in 24 hours.
Yeah, you're right. You might be able to scoop him. If you can't right now, you might be able to tomorrow, so maybe wait on the QBs. Okay. Who do you want to go with, Gino or Penix, if you had to pick one?
I'll go with Penix just because I've already used Gino enough.
Okay. Also, Goots, don't think I didn't see that fucking chat in the YouTube saying the Hokies stink. I'll remember that. I'll remember that, Goots. I'll remember that one. Okay. W YouTube chat up and moving. W Pip holding it down as always in the YouTube. Okay. Krabs, can you look at updating the survivor pools? Some people have only done week 1 and they're still alive. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Zapix, do me a favor. You got an X? You got a Twitter account? Do me a favor, Zapix. DM me that same exact thing. DM me that same exact thing. And I will make sure I talk about it with the engineers today. I'm meeting with them at 2 p.m. Eastern, right after this show during Coin Toss. So unfortunately, I have to go back and rewatch Coin Toss. That's okay. Good thing it's on the YouTube, and you can always go back and rewatch, pause, rewind, fast forward on the YouTube at Bookit Sports. W's there. I will ask the engineers. Zapix, DM me, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. W Subbies coming in. We got a couple here, Jovan. Hey, I'm Matt coming in hot. Resubbing. 11 months. Bang. I'm seeing 12 months. I'm seeing 1 year. Hey, I'm Matt.
Full year.
I'm seeing 1 year. Talk to me when it's 2, but I'm seeing 1 year. W, hey, I'm Matt. We got Bangtson? That can't be right. Coming in, resubbing. W Bang. I'm going to call you Bang. You mind if I call you Bang? W Bang coming in hot. 7-month resub. We got I Solitude coming in hot. We here. Sure. Jovan, side note, my buddy just DM'd me, or texted me, excuse me, and said, is Marv dead? I know you're a Marv hater, but do you at least agree it's not time to sound the alarms yet, but at least let's locate the alarm and see where it is, because we might need it in a couple weeks.
I would say sound the alarms, but he's not dead yet. He's got time to figure it out, but it's just it's bad. It's really bad.
Okay. Get Busy Dizzy said, why does it say I'm eliminated? No way the Packers lost to the Browns, right? Oh boy.
Thanks, Trent.
Oh boy. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving. WQB talk here. RBs. I mean, guys, the RB sitch is bad. The number one guy available right now is Devin Singletary, who's owned in 0% of leagues. That's bad.
Oh, there might be a couple Krabs.
Well, I'm excited.
Still really bad options, but
okay. You know I'm a Bill guy. That's Bill. Love Bill. Bill can't pass block. That's what keeps Bill off the field. You know who should be picked up this week? C-Rod. Fresh off the practice squad. Pick up C-Rods. Guys, he went from not even being active to starting in that game. I don't know why they're trying to gatekeep C-Rod. C-Rod can play. C-Rod can play. He can pass block. He can run the rock. He can catch screens a little bit. He does it all a little bit. He can at least pass block, which means he'll be out there on the field way more often than the other guys. McNichols, I like McNichols as well. And Bill is the best runner. But again, him not being able to pass block at all, Cliff Kingsbury's already addressed it. It keeps him off the field. I'd say pick up C-Rod. That's the RB I want right now.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think my only, I guess, not concern, but only point of like maybe it happens to be Mick Nichols is not because of his big fucking run, but I also think the Falcons maybe, or not maybe, but like I think they're going to win the game. I'm going to be on the Falcons. So maybe passing down back is for pass blocking purposes. C-Rod will be in there, but I wonder if McNichols is going to get some receiving work.
Yeah. I could see it. So you'd rather have McNichols this week?
I'm pretty tied between the two. I think I would pick up McNichols only for that reason because I'm not planning to start either of them because they're both the Chargers next week anyway.
Okay.
So for a 1 week project, maybe I'd go McNichols.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The reason I didn't pick Nichols is because he's coming off a 60-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I know.
So I went a little contrarian there. Update on JD5. Is JD5 playing? Oh boy. Guys, JD5 might not be playing for a couple weeks. Hearing some rumors he's in a brace. Hearing some rumors it might be a little worse than initially anticipated. Hearing some rumors that maybe Mariota looks so good against the Raiders that they don't mind going with him for a couple weeks. Until JD5 is fully healed up or at least close to it. JD5, we might not be seeing my mans for 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks. Not good.
Yep.
Not good. I'm not hearing good things about it.
You know who you are going to see this week?
Who?
Hassan Haskins.
Ooh.
Getting up and active for the Chargers.
I mean, he's terrible, but okay.
He's terrible, but he's the only other running back in that room right now for the Chargers.
He is,
even when there were multiple in there last year, he still got carries for God knows what reason. And now there's actually a reason to, not only because he's a better pass blocker than Hampton. I'm probably a pretty better pass blocker than Hampton, but he'll be in there. And it's also, you would assume, a pretty W game script for the run game and to get different bodies in there against the Giants of all teams. So this, to me, reeks of a game where not only are you going to see more Haskins involvement than you probably should, but hopefully, I think the Chargers are going to control that game pretty comfortably. So it's probably the random Haskins touchdown that you'll see towards the end there.
All right. I did see the Commanders sign Chase Edmonds. I don't know if that guy has any gas left in the tank. He missed all last season with a knee injury. That concerns me. But what do we know about Chase Edmonds? He is a receiving back. So if the other guys aren't getting it done and we need more of an Eckler fill-in, maybe you do see Chase Edmonds getting elevated, but probably not this week. They're probably going to roll with those 3 guys, the big 3, like I like to call them, in Bill, C-Rod, and McNichols. Okay, but we'll see how long that lasts. Who fucking knows what Cliff is thinking over there about the R base? It's like whatever you think the opposite is, whoever you think is going to do the least ends up doing the most for the Commanders backfield. So, all right, let's move. Let's groove. You're going with Hassan Haskins, who, by the way, is owned in 0% of leagues.
Yeah, as he should be.
0% of leagues. Okay. Wide receivers. Jovan, you hear that Xavier Worthy, he re-injured himself before the Giants game? Not good.
Yep.
Not good. You know who's been taking his reps?
Who'd that be?
Tyquan Thornton.
Tyquan
Thornton. You know what defense he's going against this week?
That goose meat defense we just watched last night.
Goose meat. Not moose meat. Goose meat. Terrible secondary, terrible defense. Terrible team. And he's got a chance to have another legacy performance. Guys, I'm not kidding. Go look at the target share. He's getting fed. He's been the deep threat. He's extending the field. He could have had 2 touchdowns in that game last week if he caught that first ball. That I guess that wouldn't make sense because he wouldn't have the second touchdown. But yeah, he's getting hella targets. He's getting fed. He's filled in very nicely for that Xavier Worthy role in that Chiefs offense. And look, the Chiefs might be down at times in this game. I'm expecting a losing game script for the Chiefs. That smells like some deep passes, opening up the field, get those DBs perched back a little further so it opens up, the short distance shots for Travis Kelce, who's slow as fuck these days. But in order for that to happen, you got to spread the defense out a little bit. And you got to take some shots down the fields. And against that quail shit, Ravens defense, maybe you do see Tyquan Thornton come down with another deep ball here or 2. The targets are there as well. It's not like he's just a one-and-done type of guy. He's actually been getting fed. So until Xavier Worthy is back, pick up Thornton. he's a factor in this offense, especially in a losing game script this weekend.
Potentially.
Yeah. Who are you going with for wide receiver?
I'll go with my guy Sterling Shepard, who's still
Wow.
making pretty important plays in the Big 2-5, which is crazy. But
Yep.
he's Baker's guy. Mike's going to be out for a couple weeks. They've said Godwin's a threat to play for 3 weeks now. I'll believe it when I fucking see it. They're saying he might play this week. Regardless of if he plays, I don't think he's going to look 100% for a couple weeks after he actually returns. But that might line up, honestly, directly timeline-wise with Mike Evans coming back. But for the next couple weeks here, Sterling Shepard, that wide receiver room is thin. They're going to have Egbuka, who they love to play out of the slot. I don't know. He's going to have to get some outside work, which is what they did when Mike went out towards the end of that game. There's only so many guys you can put in the slot. It's Sterling Shepard and Ryan Miller. And Sterling Shepard very obviously has the rapport with Baker because they're best buddies still at this age. And now there's only so many places for the ball to go, especially when you have to get it out quick with that offensive line and how bad they are because everybody's out of position and or hurt. So for the next couple weeks, I would certainly give him a look.
Okay. Yeah, TM Sharp did not like my take on Thornton. He said, yeah, so sharp to go back to the guy with 2 touchdown bombs the last 2 games. Well, TM Sharp, I could have gone with fucking Trey Tucker, who had 3 touchdowns last week. I didn't.
Yeah, 40 points.
You're not going to hear me recommend him after a 40 piece. Now, that would be square. I'm going with a guy that nobody's even fucking heard of, who has a great matchup once again this week. I would love to hear who TM Sharp would recommend to pick up in the receiver room. Seriously, so we can come back to this next week and I could say I was right and he was wrong. Can we get a TM Sharp rec at wide receiver on the waiver wire? I'd love to see how sharp he is. Let's see who he'd recommend. Has to be somebody who's owned in less than 50% of leagues. I'm waiting, TM Sharp. Who's the wide receiver you're going with? Let me know. I'll keep my eyes peeled in the chat. Very, very excited. Very, very excited. Take a peep. Don't rush into it. Take a peep at the waiver wire and see who you'd recommend. Because we'll be coming back to this next week. Don't you worry. When Thornton has 8 catches for fucking 120 yards and a touchdown, and your guy doesn't even play, I'll be bringing it up. Yep. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. You're going Sterling Shepard, guy near and dear to your heart down there in the Bucks. And I'm going Tyquan Thornton, who, by the way, combined are owned in 3% of leagues. I don't know how that's square. It's not. W plays. Let's talk tight ends. I'm assuming I know who you're going to go back to, but we'll save the best for last. Pick up Chig if you need a reliable tight end. Consistency. Maybe not a guy who's getting you 40 points. Pick up Chig. The guy's getting targets. He's getting fed. Safety net for Cam Ward, who should get better every week. Pick up Chig. He's only owned in 50% or 15% of leagues, Widely available. If you need a consistent, reliable base at the tight end position, don't sleep on the Terp. Chig Okonkwo, who has another pretty good matchup and what should be a high-scoring game and probably an L game script for the Titans in this one. Playing from behind with Houston, keeping their foot on the gas, out there to prove something when they get their first win this weekend. They will. They will. That tells me Titans are playing from behind. That tells me plenty of Chig targets when they're losing this game early and often. Okay? Yep. Don't sleep on Chig. Don't let Chig get hot. It might be too late.
It actually might be too late. Remember, just swirling.
Yeah.
But I'll surprise you a little bit because I don't really know. I want to go back to Gesicki for usage purposes, and I probably will just for like a square. But the fact they're playing the Broncos doesn't give me too much hope, even though like he's probably going to get a lot more run because Fant's concussed. I don't think he's going to play. That's what it seems like. But the best matchup, I would say, is a guy who surprisingly, after the gas in the offseason, is still owned in 22% of leagues because people have grown thin with that offense in him over the last couple weeks. Brenton Strange, which I think the Jags offense is going to splooge this week. And I especially think a certain someone who's calling plays is licking his chops because if Kyler Murray could make the throws down the field, if Marvin Harrison could catch, that game could have been Cardinals by 50. They could have put up 50 points. Like, there were so many deep shots open, and Brenton Strange isn't necessarily that guy, but I can guarantee you that's going to be the first thing they do is open up that playbook early to take those shots. Maybe it's to BTJ, maybe it's to Parker Washington, maybe it's to any one of those guys down the field, which is great for Strange and Trevor Lawrence because the second the Niners kind of see that, they play this like super soft, like cover 3 shell that keeps everything over the top. And then what happened like the last end of the game, after Marv had the big drop, is like McBride started feasting underneath. A lot of the guys started feasting underneath, and then McBride ended up catching a tutty, which was great. So now I think you're going to see that a lot. And I think Strange is going to grub. So I think over the next couple weeks, especially, buy back in.
I'm in. Jaceki or Strange, you're going Strange.
Go Strange. If it was maybe any other team that the Bengals were playing, it'd be right back for full sploogers.
Okay. All right. TM Sharp thinks he's a comedian. Cannot wait to see his stand-up show. He went Dwayne Bowe as his pick at wide receiver for the waiver wire pickups.
That's just nice. His way of being too scared to give anything real.
He doesn't want to be held accountable. He doesn't want me to come back and make fun of him when Thornton has an absolute week and he's actually a great pickup and he has a shit pick.
It's pretty
typical.
Soft. I'll say it.
Typical. That's why we're up here, Jovan, and that's why he's over there on the sidelines, some might say. Achilles says, can we get some respect for what the Bears did to the Cowboys? Yes, you can. The first triple reverse loss of the season. Still 3-1. We take that. But W Achilles, W Caleb Williams.
And now
that was
they're
big time.
about to be underdogs to the Raiders.
Okay.
Which is that's not hilarious.
Good. That is not good for your Bears. That is not good. LMAO, I don't even do fantasy. Then why are you commenting on it, TM Sharp? Oh my goodness. And we're over here wasting our time on this shit, and he doesn't even play fantasy. Unbelievable. But yeah, more importantly, Gino might muck up the Bears this weekend. He might.
Yeah.
He might. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, real quick, defenses. Let's talk about them. A lot of options, honestly, at defense this week. A lot of options. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I went back and forth between a couple teams, and especially now with, the Giants starting a rookie QB this week. In Dart, I honestly kind of like the Chargers, but that'll probably be one of the more popular waiver wire pickups.
I'd be shocked.
I don't know if I'll go that.
How much are they owned already? I'm shocked they're not.
They're only owned in 13% of leagues.
Jeez. I'm shocked.
I mean, they haven't.
I guess it's because
they're
of
good,
turnovers.
but they haven't been good this season.
Yeah, they don't really generate turnovers or touchdowns on that side of the ball.
I'm with you, though. I thought they'd be owning closer to 50%, not 15%.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Cardinals. I'm going to go Cardinals, who are owned in 28% of leagues. The Cardinals are playing on Thursday Night Football against Sam Darnold, who I'm going to put my foot down. I don't care if he's coming off a good week. He is not good, and he's going to show that to you. He's going to show that to you guys, on prime time on Thursday Night Football in a game with a total dropping from 46.5 to 43.5 and continuously dropping in a game that Arizona is catching. It looks like Seattle might be catching a little bit of steam here, but again, it's a coin flip. It's a pick 'em. You're going to see that line bouncing around until we get to that game on Thursday night. Guys, I've already seen it. This is going to be an absolute snooze fest of a game after Seattle's coming off a 44-point game. What's the Cardinals' identity, though, since they've got that new coach, Jovan? It's honestly been defense. People think it's Kyler, McBride's. No, it's honestly been that defense that keeps them in games more often than not. So go ahead and give me the Cardinals' defense in a game I do think they win against Seattle at home. We'll see what I end up playing here, whether it's the Cardinals or the under in the game. Either way, we're in a good spot here. Back in an Arizona defense that was banged up last week, still looked pretty good. Should have some guys back in that secondary this week after some injuries. I like them against Seattle and selling high on Sam Darnold and that offense.
Yep. I can certainly get down with that. Honestly, I mean, options, you go with a lot of them, I guess, this week, technically, as far as like the bottom barrel teams go, but I want to go with some that I think have maybe touchdown potential. The Falcons are definitely up there, even though I expect a higher scoring game there. I think it'll mostly come from them. But I would say the Dolphins, which is probably one that makes you want to throw out. But that Monday Night Football doubleheader is, I mean, just god-awful product, horrific product. And now you get a match against the Jets, which the Jets in garbage time, I guess what was garbage time for a while, then became something serious, like finally started to move the ball. But Tyrod did not look good in that offense for 3.5 quarters, maybe, and we'll see if like any health returns to the status of that team. But I think keeping everything over the top like the Dolphins do, I think it's going to be very boom or bust for them. And I think the defense is going to make a couple plays. I think there's going to be turnovers filled in that game on both sides. So they're probably the ceiling one out of the shit teams that I would reach to. Like the Titans also makes a little bit of sense, 39.5 total in that game. But I don't know if like turnovers and points off of turnovers are really going to be there for them because Texans are just bad. They're just like slow moving. So Dolphins are the team that I'll go with.
Okay. You go Dolphins over the Rams?
Yes.
Over the Patriots, who play the Panthers?
Yes.
Okay. Over the Lions against the Browns?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Guys, plenty of options to pick up on defense. This is why I always tell you guys, don't worry about drafting a defense. Go week to week. Plenty of options this week. Okay? Jovan's going with the Dolphins, who have something to prove after a little bit of life in that last game. Let's hope that continues and carries into this week. All right? Love that from you. All right, guys. ABS confirmed in 2026. Is that the automatic balls and strikes called? How, are they gonna at least keep the old man behind home plate and they're gonna tell him what to say in the ear?
Yeah, it's just a challenge system.
Okay. Oh, so it's the umpire's still calling it, but the players can challenge.
Well, I think that's...
or are they literally doing, telling the umpire what to say?
It's a challenge system, like they have the box and have the like technology. It's just if something is off from what the umpire says, you can tap head.
Okay. I would love, if they're gonna do it, I'd say just do it right and just have the fucking robot put it in the guy's AirPod and say, "Hey, that's a strike," and then the guy goes,
"Yeah, this is the first step towards that for sure."
Okay. 2 challenges a game. Tap the heads. Yeah, I guess it's okay. I'd say if you're going to do something, do it 100%, do it right. And I'd rather them just cut the shit. Still have an umpire back there, but just tell them what to say. But I guess it's fine. I don't know, man. I guess it adds some suspense as well in the game, right? Especially being at the game too. They're going to show it to you on the big screen, right? Like kind of how they show you in tennis if the ball hit the line or not. I guess that's part of it as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's get the squad right up and moving.
All right. Let's get the squad right up and moving here. Goots, if you're around, if you're local, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. All right, chat. Let's stay hot. Let's cash another squad ride tonight. Jovan, where are we starting, my man?
I mean, Marlins overs my favorite play personally.
Okay. Marlins, Phillies over 8.
Get Wagaman up and moving.
All right, get Wagaman up and get him moving. I like all 3 of my plays pretty equally. Let's check and see if there's been any line movements here of late.
Peep.
My gut is telling me Nats first 5 under. My brain is telling me Guardians team total under. And the play that makes the most sense is the Royals. So typically I'm coming in, dropping meat, saying, let's go with this play. Jovan, I might need a little bit of your help here.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on my MLB plays?
I mean, I like the Royals.
Right.
They're probably a favorite play of yours.
Okay.
I don't know. I have a weird feeling about the Guardians game. I kind of was fighting everything in my power to not just take them. Okay. So not they have to score 3 to win that game, because honestly that could be super low scoring, but can't stand Gavin Williams, which doesn't have to do with that bet, but would have to do with
weird stuff happens when he pitches. I'm with you.
Super weird stuff happens. So I
why don't
know if I'm in love with that one, but I'm down to ride with the other 2.
Yeah, let's put the Nats Braves first 5 under in there as well. Nobody's going to vote for it, but let's put it in there.
Yeah,
let's put it in there. Okay, are we riding with 3? Do you want to go Blue Jays Twins?
Maybe that can be.
You know my thoughts.
You feeling a Giolito fade or a Zebby backing? I like those pretty equally.
I mean, I like Zebby. I get concerned at this point of the season and fading Patty C. That just never goes well for me, respectfully.
That's fair. Let's go fuck Giolito then for 4th.
Yeah, let's go. Let's run it. Team total over 4.5 for the Blue Jays. Okay. 4 plays, 4 winners, chat. 2 minutes. Hurry up. Go, go, go. 4 plays, 4 winners, chat. 2 minutes. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Hurry up. Go, go, go. 4 plays, 4 winners. Get involved. Get those votes in. We've got the Marlins, Phillies over 8. We've got the Royals first 5 -0.5. The Nats and Braves first 5 under 5. And the Blue Jays team total over 4.5. No way that's going to win. What the fuck?
How is that?
It's definitely my least favorite play out of all of them, but, maybe that's a good thing. I love, chat, the Nats Braves first 5 under if you're trying to get nasty after we catch the over in this game last night. Maybe think about getting weird and taking the first 5 under in that game today. Got a weird feeling in my Nats about the Nats and the Braves first 5 under 5. Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, go, go. It's a 3-horse race. Hilarious. The play you said you'd like the most. Surprisingly, the Royals is getting no love. Interesting. Maybe people were scared by Reagan's.
Might be scared.
All right.
I'm shocked that the Phillies isn't running away with it. Usually when I say that fucking runs away with it, especially lately.
Yep.
Whoa.
I know. 3-horse race.
CJ Gardner-Johnson. What a shame.
That's got to be for, I know he has not been playing well, but that's got to be for some locker room type shit. That dude's
what a shame. Maybe send him back to New Orleans. Let him go with that shit squad. Shit players, shit squads.
Yeah.
Baker's little stepson, we're gone.
See ya. There he goes. See ya. Chat, get those votes in. We do not have nearly enough votes. This is absurd. Get those votes in now. Do not wait till the end. Just get those votes in now. Hurry up. Lock them in. Get those votes in for your favorite play today. What's it going to be? Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Get them in, 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 get them in. And late sploogers on the Marlins and the Phillies over 8. Sure. No comment on the Trent Demon. WBTL today, guys. Stick around. We do have to end it right now. Stick around. We have the coin toss starting right now, live on YouTube and Twitch. Coin toss starting live right now. Do not go anywhere. Do not go anywhere.